Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, and I'm here to talk about the Leo new moon, part of accessing the wisdom and living the goddess lifestyle is understanding the different cycles and understanding the energy of, say, for instance, the moon. What are we supposed to do with it so that we can properly align ourselves with what we are being called to do right now? And yeah, live life more in the flow. How's everybody doing out there? Glad to be here live. I hope that some of y'all will join me this evening. Well, it's Friday, so maybe not. Maybe some of y'all gonna catch me in the hashtag replay. What's up to all those who are in hashtag replay? So let me just go ahead and just jump to it. First and foremost, hello, how are you? If you are like me, this week has been whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, here we go. We have Tirra, how are you? I think that's T. Johnson. Hello, Diza, how are you? Bonsoir. And hello, baby boo Grace. I am wonderful. Also, this has been a tough week for the last few days. I just have not felt well. I thought I had a little, well, it feels like I have a cold. Did take the COVID test, and yeah, we're good with that. Negative. So when I was sharing, okay, I thought that was you, Tara. When I was doing the reading for, well, looking at the monthly wisdom and then the wisdom for this week that I create for the inner circle, I thought, wow, this first week of August, the energy is just really, wow, rough is how I described it. I was like, it's just no sugarcoating the energy for this week. And so I guess for some of it for me has manifested in me just not feeling well, but it hasn't been horrible. It's just I feel best just sitting and chilling and relaxing. Yep, it wasn't too bad. Thankfully, it was the quick test, so that's not too difficult. And when the nurse practitioner said, um, I just recommend that if you're not feeling well between days 5 and 7, come back for the other test. I was like, all right, girl, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So I know some of y'all have children that are going back to school. If they're not back, they'll be back soon. It's a lot going on. And I think it's so interesting that um, this month really matches what August is here, at least here in the United States, for a lot of people, with the children going back to school. I'm going to pull this up really quickly and then I'm going to take it out. So, and that's because we have quite a bit of Leo energy. The moon is in Leo, Mercury will be there for a little while longer. And then we have Mars and Venus in Virgo. And it really feels like that right now. And that's one of the reasons why I said that, well, the way I listed it on the graphic is why I think this new moon is so good for manifestation. And that's because we have this Virgo energy that is prominent right now. Another thing that we have with this is we have some energy, we have some earth energy involved. I'll put it that way, planets and earth energy. It's actually not the most gentle new moon I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen worse, but this moon has energy. And so a lot of times people, I was listening to one of my teachers talk today, and she was saying, a lot of times people, they do everything they can to avoid feeling uncomfortable, even if it means sitting down on their dreams, even if it means not taking action to get to where they say they want. Well, one of the beauties of astrology is that the the way the planets talk to each other and interact with each other. Yeah, sometimes it's just like, man, we are in the flow. It's like ocean up in this house. It's like, we're in a cornucopia of some sort. It's like Lakshmi just blessing us, giving us a boon of blessings, right? But sometimes it's more of, I'm going to kick your butt in gear. That's what I feel is quite a bit in this moon, this kick your butt in gear. Let's get real. Let's get some lists together. And why is this so important for manifestation? Well, first and foremost, we need the fire and we need the earth, because fire is action, earth is material manifestation. We need those to manifest. I would love to hear from you all. Have you gone back and looked at, this is what I said I wanted to manifest from 2021 to 2022? When was the last time you looked at that list? Where are you on that list? And this is a time to revisit it, see where you are, see where you need to go, get that list of things to do, and to feel this energy kicking us into gear, galvanizing us to move forward. Now, one of the things that I love about Leo is the courage that Leo gives us. Like, how many of us out here are needing some courage to take action in some way? And again, I always say, y'all, I'm not saying we have to be like going for $1 million or anything like that. It's just, some of us are afraid to make friends with people. We're just not certain, and we don't do that. It seems like that's not a big deal, but I'm telling you, it's a big deal when people don't have friends, when they don't feel a connection. It's like not natural. Some people don't need 1,000 friends, but most people want to have a connection, even if they don't have to have people around them all the time. It's a part of our human nature to want that connection. So what is it that you need to be courageous about? I would love to hear that from you in the chat. What do you need to be courageous about? That's what this Leo season is about. Another thing, and actually, that's one of the affirmations that I pulled up for everybody. I am courageous. I act bravely in the face of adversity. You know what? One of the things that I want to say about the adversity piece, hello, Yanni, is adversity. I want you to tell me, and I know I'm putting out a lot of tell me this, whatever, but y'all know I like conversations. Okay. I love conversations. A lot of times, if we really think about it, the majority of the adversity that we experience is actually internal. And that's one of the things. I'm just going to go on ahead and pull this up. And while I do, let me see here. Yes, Diza, it's a big deal. Friends are a big deal. And when you have friends and you fall out with your friends, it's like falling out with your family. Having friendship issues it's a big deal. And that's because life is so relational. Okay. So again, whatever it is you need to be courageous about, it doesn't have to be, like manifesting this huge goal, but we do want to look at, where do I need to inject courage into my life? After I did the candle and collected the flies, I never returned to cutting my addictions. I remember that. Was it from last year, Baby Boo Grace? I know it was from several months ago. I think that was you. I know there was someone else too. But yeah, it's like so good that you have addressed that. Very good. Hello, Yanni. And let's see here, Chandra, speaking my truth. Very, very good. Yes, that's important. And I can tell, yeah, okay, I thought it was. I remember that. I do, Baby Blue Grace. So speaking my truth. One of the things that I will say about, and let me tell y'all, I actually see some of you all are in Facebook and some of you are in YouTube. So don't think you're missing comments. Some of the comments are coming from two different places. But when we avoid speaking our truth to a large extent, see, again, we're talking about Leo. Okay, we're talking about Leo here. Leo does not hide its truth. We know we talk about the king of the jungle, but I love focusing on the lionesses. I mean, oh my goodness, we are goddesses here on this live stream. And so, yeah, let's talk about the lionesses and how, wow, these are some powerful, powerful beings here. Okay. But no matter what, oftentimes when we're thinking about that Leo, we're thinking about that male lion that has zero problems speaking up. And when you think about the lioness, actually, she is not afraid at all of the king of the jungle. So we're dealing with both versions of the lion that is like, here I am. I am going to roar, and I'm royalty. I'm royalty. And so when we're in Leo season, this is what is important for us to step into our royalty, to step into who I am, be as authentic. See, this is what fire does for us. This is when we're thinking about the fiery energy. You can't be anything but authentic once you get done with fire. Fire will burn everything away, right? So it's so important for us to walk in our authenticity and use the energy of Leo season. So even though this is not really a Leo color, I'm still going to relate it to Leo. It's a little orangey. Leo would be more of like a gold. But one of the things we want to do is and this is what I say, what do you have to lose by just giving this a try, right? We want to begin to understand that when we work with this energy, like of the moon, when we're working with energy in general, what we're working to do is to anchor that energy inside of us. So I encourage you with this Leo new moon to put on some gold. Put on gold. Orange is, maybe orange. You can put on a little orange if you want to, okay? Even if it's like I don't have on my gold earrings right now, but I've been wearing my gold earrings. My ears get so irritated from earrings sometimes. But put on gold earrings, if you have something, and it doesn't even have to be the actual metal gold. It just needs to be gold colored. Put on gold. Go get a yellow candle. If you can get a golden one, get a golden one. Light the candle. Open yourself up to being most authentically who and what you are. And I want you to remember, when we are who we are and we speak our truth, number one, it's about liberation, because that's what we are here to do. We are here to step into different levels of liberation, but it's also about expressing your gifts and your talents. Because when we don't express our truth, and I'm telling you, I know this right here, oh my gosh, when we don't express our truth, then our gifts and talents, they're just sitting there like, maybe she's going to use me one day. Maybe one day he'll, share it with the world, and somebody needs this gift. Somebody needs whatever is authentically yours, whatever your truth is. Somebody needs this. And so it's important for us to definitely speak our truth, because that helps us to step into, you unlock the door. So we are more liberated and we're sharing our gifts and talents, which is what this season is all about. And another thing that I'll tell you, it goes right back to what I said about adversity. Now we do have to weigh, because I don't know what speaking your truth is regarding, or what's there to lose, but it's bothering you and other people, Chandra. And so I would say sometimes our minds, in working to stay safe, y'all hear me, this has been one of the most liberating things I have learned this last year. The mind will say, the ego will say, it's not safe. It's really not safe to speak your truth. You speak your truth, you might lose your spouse. You might lose your children. You might lose friends. You might lose your job. Like, every reason why you shouldn't speak your truth. But I want you to think about that as this is just your mind trying to keep you safe. And that's an example of one of those internal adversarial situations that I'm talking about. Because sometimes what ends up happening is, first scenario, this is mine. you don't speak your truth, you end up feeling like, man, I feel like I'm sort of like wasting away in life. Life feels dull and you don't feel alive. You feel flat. You feel bored. And then what ends up happening is we descend in something that may not be beneficial to us, right? Scenario two is once we start speaking our truth, then it just makes you more powerful because you're not scared anymore. You just get to that point where you're just like, I'd rather speak my truth and live my truth than to live without that and feel like I'm dying. And it's scary along the way. Now, I'm not even acting like, oh, it's just like, we're just going to be liberated today. It's scary, but we can do it. Exactly. I was also going to add with confidence. So I love that you just really touching on it. Chandra, confidence, that's another keyword for Leo. So when we're talking about confidence, one of the best teachings I've received from one of my NLP teachers is that confidence is a state. It is a state that we can conjure. It's not actually something that we have to go and cultivate. Maybe to a certain degree, we can look at it as maybe it's a little bit hidden, because actually when we look at little children, they are naturally confident. We over time start doubting ourselves and lose our confidence. And some of it too, Chandra, may have to do with what your sign is. Virgos and Capricorns, Aquarius even sometimes. I know for a fact those are two signs or three signs that sometimes don't naturally feel confident for different reasons. A lot of it has to do with high standards. So yeah, but I want you to think about confidence being like the sun being hidden behind clouds. Once the clouds part, the sun is there. The confidence is always there. It's just we need to get the clouds to move out of the way. And so the way we can do that is, and this is work for me, I want y'all to let me know if you give this a try, does this work for you? Is we imagine what it was like when we felt confident in the past. And it's about metaphysics. See, why are we just living according to, these man-made rules, these beliefs that have been given to us that dictate what's possible or what's not possible? Why are we doing this? We can live according to the higher laws of the universe. And so one of the ways that we work with metaphysics is we understand time is really a construct, and we have access to resources that are in the past and in the future. And so you can remember a time when you felt confident. Now, another hack is think of somebody who you perceive to be as confident and imagine what they feel like. But when you think about a time that you were confident, drop yourself into that energy and feel it. I would love for y'all to do that right now and tell me, like, yeah, I feel the energy of confidence. Now, we're not applying it to anything, so let's just not even put any pressure on ourselves. But you just tell yourself, I remember when I was confident, like I was like unstoppable. I felt so good about myself. That's a resource. That's a resource. To me, that's what part of this moon is about. It's about going into and accessing some of our inner resources and using those for manifestation. And so the other thing that I do to help boost confidence is I think of the ancestors of the world, and who those people are people who in the history books. Some of these ancestors are my own ancestors, actually. And I imagine that I stand in the middle of a circle and they stand around me. If you have spirit guides, if you work with the Orisha or the Neter or the archangels, whatever names you want to call these energies, if you work with them, you can call them in there. You have animal totems, all that. you can call all this energy to stand around you, all this energy of confidence. One of my favorites is Harriet Tubman. Um, I call on the energy Malcolm X. I love Malcolm X. I will go all the way back. There's one from Africa, Moremi, who I love to call into my circle. She's out of Nigeria. But you want to call these energies, and they stand around you. And these are all energies that you perceive as confident, and they are the ones that like send their energy into you, and you feel their energy and they walk with you. That's another thing I do. I carry them with me everywhere I go. And so when I don't feel confident, if I'm doubting myself, it's like, all right, let me go into this circle of confidence. So, hey, Keisha. Yeah, Libra actually is a sign that does not all the time feel confident, because in astrology, the sun in Libra is opposite the sign that the sun is actually strong in. So whenever a planet is in the sign opposite itself, and that's, it's in a sign, it's in its own sign, blah, 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 blah. Example, the sun, no. Why is the sun not strong in Libra? Oh, I know what it is. It's not for that reason, because the sun is Leo. So, the sun is number 1. Libra is number 2. Libra is about relations and let's get along, and we've got to think about the other person. And the sun is like, hey, I'm here. Everybody, I'm special. So when you have conflicting energy like that, sometimes it can lead itself to be it'll make people who have sun in Libra. See, Libra risings may not feel that way if the sun is not there, but sun in Libra may not feel super good. And so part of the journey is know thyself. When you have a planet or a sun, when one of your main signs is one that lacks confidence, then I would say that it's important to acknowledge that. And then you have to begin to do the internal shifting in the landscape to where you do feel confident, okay? Where you are able to access the courage within. To me, it's all about doing the work. It's all about, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do a ritual, I'm going to do some journaling, I'm going to tap, I'm going to release whatever it is I need to do. Maybe you hire a coach, maybe you go talk to somebody. Go full out is what I say. Because this is what is so important for us right now. It's so important for us right now to line this up, because, oh my gosh, I don't even like thinking about how hard it's going to be. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, y'all. I just don't want to lie to y'all. I want to tell you the truth. The end of the year, going into next year, I say to you, dear sisters, and if there's any brothers out there watching, let me tell you, the new year will be Aries season. Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, January 1, we want to celebrate making it to 2022. However, I just encourage you to, just don't get excited until Aries season. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let me go back up. What's up, Naila? Okay, I just need to stop chickening out of projects that may put me in the limelight. I am more of a behind the scenes person, but I need to step out of the shadows once in a while. I hear so many people say that. I have been a part of a group coaching program that focuses on video. And it's amazing because the person who teaches it is like, she used to be a huge introvert. And part of what we have to do, Diza, is just decide that I'm not that person. I am comfortable with the camera. I know it sounds easier said than done, but I'm telling y'all, this is how I've started making changes. I just started saying, I'm going to adopt an identity. I have an identity of someone who's confident with coming on camera. And I know I've been on YouTube for a long time, but I'm telling y'all, it's only been in the last year that I have built or feel more comfortable. And it's really part practice. But there's so many people who've gone through these programs with me and they are still not on camera. Most people, they are not getting ahead because they don't want to shine. They don't want to be on camera. It feels unsafe, but we just have to begin to tell ourselves the pain of staying where I am. Is it worth the pain of just going for what I want? I'm telling you, I made the decision. I'd rather go for what I want, do what I was born to do, and feel uncomfortable on the way there doing it than to stay where I was, which was making videos, sometimes consistently, rarely live, um, being gone for months at a time, not really showing up and serving everybody in a way that I think is, well, first of all, that I'm capable of doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like what I do. I think I'm good at what I do. Why am I not? Well, I was asking myself, why am I not doing this? Right? The pain began to get great. And so I desired more to go on ahead and shine. And so these are what I'll tell you is this, like Leo season is so important for you because it is the time for you to do that work, to start like taking like an ice pick and chipping away at whatever is got you frozen right there. Like it's the sun is warm, or Leo, the energy of Leo is warm, is hot. Maybe um maybe it's not the energy of ice that's surrounding you. It might be more of like just stone, but you have the energy to chip away at it. And yeah, and even if you crack, you know, this is not exactly what I was going to say, but in the whiz, I just think about how all of the I don't think they were munchkins, but yeah, the munchkins that, but they looked all gnarly, zipped themselves out of the suits, and they had on all this yellow, and their bodies were like, like they were some of the most amazing looking people that we have ever seen. That's what I perceive with you with this Leo season, that you want to do the work that helps you to go on ahead and zip that suit down, break yourself out. Look at the beauty, the wonder. You remember how they looked at themselves like, oh my God, look at me. Look at me. This is all of us. Look at me. I am beautiful. I am wondrous. I am glorious. And they could dance before, but wow, the dancing that they did once they were their true selves, amazing. That's what I see for you, sis. That's what I see for all of us. Okay, I took that first step 2 days ago. Ashe, may you continue to just keep going, keep going. Courtney Gonzalez, yes, get some gold adornments. If you have anything with a lion on it, get that. Go order you a Leo t-shirt from somewhere. Even though I know the moon is tomorrow, but go get you your t-shirt and everything. Okay. Generally, the confidence is in their opposite sign, which is in them too. I agree, Naila. I agree. Okay, I'm glad that makes sense, Chandra. That sounds like that's to help me to adapt to what I want to be on camera. Yes. I waited until now to try reaching for one of my childhood dreams at 44. And, one of the things that encouraged me to keep going, Diza, last year was I heard a few people say that once people get in their 40s and older, they make the best entrepreneurs. But it's really, they make the best like employees, they make the best, whatever it is that we're doing. And it's because we have reached a level of maturity where we can take the pressure and we have wisdom that we didn't have before. And we are so consistent. And, astrology has helped me to embrace that. Honestly, once we get to our late 30s, that's when we finally have arrived at full maturity in terms of like going from being a child to a full on adult. So if you think about it, let's just say it's 36 when people have their Jupiter return, which I still think 36 is actually sort of young. I didn't feel full on grown up until I was 38. But let's just say it's 36. If you think about it, you're only 12 years in. You're only 12 years in to full maturity. So it's not like you've waited that long. I used to think that way in my 40s, and I just offer to you that it doesn't have to mean anything that we've waited until we were later in age. Um, I remember my godfather when he did my whole life reading, my incarnation reading. He told me, "You're gonna succeed later in life. Don't stress out that you don't feel successful in the beginning part of your life." And so that's why I just said, you know what? I'll just chill. I'll just chill. I think I had a lot of healing to do. I definitely had my children to raise. That was very important to me. And here I am. See, I could say here I am at 51, just now working on my business. But I've learned everything happens in time. It doesn't have to have a meaning. And I think that when things happen in time, so for instance, at 51, yeah, I look at a lot of the online, the people that are mastering this online thing and teaching and all that kind of good stuff, and they're younger than me. But do you know, I often think there's certain wisdom they don't have. I'm going to show up because unless you're my age, you cannot touch me with certain wisdom. You can't touch me. I feel like a powerhouse. I don't care that my hair is great. I don't care that I look older. It doesn't matter to me. It's like, wow, I'm bringing what's good about my 51-year-old butt to the table. That's what I say to you. And honestly, these are any of you other 40 pluses out there. I don't care. 40 to 49, you are young. Dear sisters, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my God, that was so young. I look at my early 40s pictures, even 44, and I'm like, I look like seriously so young. And then I have my friends who are 10 years ahead of me. Here lately, I've been watching their posts. They're like, if I knew at 50 what I know now, I'm like, all right, I got it. 50 young. 50 is young too. Let's see here. But yes, we have to begin to have conversations with ourselves. Am I really in imminent danger, or is my mind just telling me it's trying to keep me safe? And it's like, do you want to keep me so safe that I'm just completely and totally unhappy? No, we don't want that. Hey, Eileen, Yami Atkins. Let's see here. Hi, Tasha Lynn. Welcome. Look at all y'all are so sweet. Okay, that's crazy. I was super successful in my early years, and now I feel like I'm retired, but not loving it. I still need to keep climbing life at 40. And I think, Baby Boo Grace, that you are a great example of someone who will have more than one career. Actually, I was just on a call earlier with a woman who's 75. I think she said she retired at 60, early 60s. And she was like, she said when she retired, she just said, well, now it's time for me to figure out what I'm going to do at this stage in my life. And I can't remember what she's been doing. I know she has clients. She was like, yeah, I have maybe one client sign up per week. I'm like, what does she do? And then she said in the pandemic, she never imagined that she would be a poet, but she's been birthed as a poet, a part of some poetry collection book that she shared with us or whatever. And so, yeah, it's like 40 is very, 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 very young. You're in the 40s. It's like you're the seniors of the young people. That's why 40s feel sort of old. But once you hit 50s, you begin to realize like you're the teens of the old people. Because let me tell you something. The 60 plusers, they let me be a little bit oldish, let me be a little bit mature. But as soon as if folks are in their 70s, they'll tell me, girl, you are not old. And so it's like, yeah, okay. I'm like the teens of and the 60 plusers, they like the 20 somethings of the old people. So the 40s, it's like even the 50 plusers, we look at the 40-year-olds like, y'all still young. So we respect you for the life lived, but take that. Take that. When we tell y'all are young, own that. Let's see here. Yes, senior young person. That's what the 40s. Yes, 45 is young. And that's why I said 40 to 49. Now, once you start getting around 48, 49, for me, it did start making me like, okay, who am I? It's like I went through a little bit of an identity crisis. You hit 50, nobody really tells us that, and so, you begin to realize it's like I'm an elder in training. I don't really consider myself to be an elder, but I realize I've got to be listening to the elders and watching what they do and understand what does it mean to be an elder. And so that when it's my turn, I know what to do. So the 40s are the mature ones of the young people. But they are looked at as almost like just really young people. The older people get, the 40s is really, really young. Seriously. And just going ahead and own that. Deeza said, some folks treat me like I'm a kid. Yeah. Midlife, late 40s, that's something I keep saying I'm going to come on and talk about. I need to do that. My Aries sun and Leo moon keep me young. Oh my gosh, yes, I am forever young. You are, Naila. You are. So I'm going to dedicate this to all of us out here. I need all my Leos to tell me, comment, all the Leos, Leo, sun, moon, ascendant. Comment on this for me. I am extraordinary. Oh my gosh, maybe even some of the Aries, but we're gonna call on the Leos right now, because the Leos, this is your time, this is your season. I am extraordinary. I own my greatness, and I am so much more than ordinary. If you don't believe that about yourself, we got to work on that. Okay. I remember watching this one man in The Secret say, you want to get to this place where you love yourself so much that you kiss yourself. To me, that's what I'm extraordinary is in this sentence, or this part of the sentence that says, I am so much more than ordinary. Like, this is what we need to walk in. This is, we get criticized. Oh, you just think you are that. Mm-hmm. I love it when I meet people like that, when they're like, I do think I'm all that. I sure do. Because they're showing us how to be. And oftentimes, people like that, they are some of the biggest hearted. That's the thing about Leo. Leo has a very big heart. They are some of the most kind hearted people you will ever meet. And even though they're like, and I'm special, I'm like, I'm all that. And I just know it. I'm just all that. Um, okay, hold on, let me get back. When they hear my teenage kid call me mom out loud, they do a double take. See, that's the ultimate compliment right there, Deeza. That's the ultimate compliment. Okay, so here we have from Naila. Yes, so extra. I don't care what nobody says. That's what we're supposed to do. Here we have from Keisha. Hell yeah. I have a poem called Be Fabulous. Gotta believe it. Yes, Keisha. Is your poem online? Say it every day. See, that's what I'm telling you. I knew the Leos, they were gonna be speaking up. You can claim Leo rising. You can claim it. I'm telling you, you remind me of Leo. So we just gonna go with Leo rising, Eileen. Yes, yes, you are so queenly. She is so queenly. Thank you, Deeza. I appreciate you. Yes, Leos are amazing. Leos, and so, all the seasons, I watch, and you see people making these posts. As soon as Leo season came, and I'm not a Leo, but as soon as Leo season came, you just start seeing all the eye rolls. Oh, here it is, all the Leo posts. But I'm like, y'all, Leos show us how to shine. They show us how to show up in the world. And it doesn't mean that all Leos are like uber confident, but it's just something about them that is special. And it shows us how to be special. Sometimes Leo ain't even trying to shine. They just do, right? And they all have like this royal energy about them. And there's some quiet, you'd be surprised. There's some Leos that are a little bit more introverted, but they still have this presence about them. And they help us to understand how to walk and be extraordinary. What's the problem with that, y'all? Let me tell you. How do you feel perceiving yourself to be extraordinary, even if you don't really know what, you may not be able to perceive fully what's special about you. Somebody may have tricked you into thinking it's not special, but it really is. But think about what it means to be extraordinary versus ordinary. And extraordinary has nothing to do with being, in a movie or being famous. It just has to do with walking in your gifts, walking in what makes you special. When people say things like, just think about this. Some of us have that grandma or that person in our lives. You go eat at her house. She is one of the most humble people you have ever met. But everybody wants to go eat her food. Like folks are like, oh my gosh, when I get an invite to go to her house, I'm going. It's just what makes her special. People are just like, oh my gosh, I love this that she makes. Oh wow, we gotta just go out. It's just like in my mind, I'm thinking about that old black grandmama, big mama. It was somebody's my big mama. My grandma was like petite. She was like 4'11". But everybody loved my grandma's food. Everyone loved my grandma. May have been a Leo though. She was my grandmother. She was a Pisces sun, but she had this energy about her that was grand. Okay. She was stylish. She was classy. She had big energy. She was famous. That's another thing that Leo is about. What are you famous for? Isn't that fun? To be my mother-in-law, she was famous for her Coca-Cola cake. Okay, maybe she ain't famous in the news, on the big screens and all of that and big huge prizes and stuff. But she was famous within her family, famous within her community. I actually submitted her name, and she was in the newspaper one time over a cake. But think about that. Isn't that fun? And then the other thing about Leo is about joy. So when we are our extraordinary selves and we share our gifts and our talents and we become famous, how much joy do people get? Think about your big mama or that big mama energy in your world. That woman who just did something that was so special. For some of us, it might have been a dance teacher or some type of artsy teacher that we had. I remember a librarian. I loved this librarian. Like she was like the best librarian. Some of us still talk about this librarian. A librarian, a famous librarian. What? Look at the joy they bring. Think about just the people who are walking in their gifts and how much joy it brings you. Don't you want to do the same? Don't you want to do the same? So we want to use this new moon to access this energy. Okay, let me see here. Yep, go to KeishaGay.ink and click on my new book, A Spell for a Living. Poem is there, and you can listen on SoundCloud. Y'all go check out Keisha's book, Keisha Gay, GAYE .ink, INK, A Spell for Living. I love her poetry and her art. Keisha's a Leo, if anybody wants to know. Leos are the best. I just love them. Yes. Negus Pharaoh. You are so cherished, Goddess Tyra. You have helped me guide me to a higher understanding of myself and spirit. Always remember you are loved and needed. Oh my gosh. That makes me feel so special. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And see, this is how we end up feeling. We hear someone is like, hey, your gift, it helped me so much. Think about those people who shared their gifts with you, and you're like, my life changed for the better. My life changed for the better. So, yes, thank you. I will keep going. Leo is in my 8th house, North Node. So I can learn a lot from you, Leo ladies. Oh, you know what? If you have North Node in Leo, that's yeah, you're here to express Leo and you won't feel comfortable with it. Wherever your North Node is, you may not feel super comfortable. Because the North Node is asking you to go in a direction that is new. Actually, in my inner circle, I'm getting ready to make a class on the North Node and Chiron. Someone requested that in terms of helping you understand your life purpose. But baby Boo Grace, no question. Yes, learn from the Leo ladies. That's a hack. I agree. Oh, wait a minute. I was just trying to go down. My youngest daughter is a Leo. She is quiet. However, she is always extraordinary. I love that. Yeah, not all Leos are extroverts. Maybe their sun is in Leo, but their rising sign is Virgo. Trust me, that person, they will be not super Leo-esque, but they will have something about them that they might be one of the most gifted Virgos you've ever met. I need to look at Beyonce's chart. I think she's Libra. I think she has Virgo and Libra, but I know she's a Virgo. I can use a little rise and shine. All right, baby Boo Grace. She acts like she was my grandmother in a past life. Probably was, Naila. Yeah, my mother-in-law, oh my gosh, she made the best Coca-Cola cake. So whenever we use her recipe, everybody's like, it tastes pretty good, but it's not mom's. So we have Courtney and was that baby Boo Grace? Yes. 8th house Leo. So y'all are Capricorn risings, is that right? What? I think y'all might be Capricorn rising. I can't remember. Okay. Yes, Keisha, I can't wait to make that class. That I was going to make it last month, but then I was like, I really want to just take my time and devote some good energy to it so that it's thorough and people get from it what they need. Hey, T Luna. Oh, Sag. Okay, you're a Sag. Yes, you made it. You made it. I said I had to start coming on live more. I kind of got busy and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get back live. Okay, so let's look at this chart. So what I want to say about this full moon, I'm not on the moon. Yeah, really, I have to say this every time I come to this website. I appreciate this website, but this is not my favorite website. This person is very, very strange. Like initially, I did not get strange vibes. Anybody who's into astrology can be a little bit weird. I mean, just like 100%. But, I give thanks for this, but I just have to say that. I don't know why I feel like I have to say that. Because if y'all were to ever follow this person, y'all would be like, is she down with this person? No, I'm not. Okay. Okay. So we can see here that we have the new moon in Leo. What is the new moon? It's about new beginnings. It's about planting seeds. And I think that this new moon is very important for planting seeds because when we think about the energy of Leo, it's creative. The other thing is I have a class. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. It's called Leo, the Astrological Spiritual New Year. And so this is a time that is prime for having big energy that is making plans for what's to unfold for the next year. It's some astrological lore that I learned. from ancient astrology. So these energies, I call them the ancestors of the world. They are in session during Leo season and making plans for what's to happen over the next year. And so for us, we can access that energy and use it to add energy to what we're working on manifesting. We can use it to, what's the word I want to say? Plant the seeds of what we want. And it's like caught up in all this spiritual energy, because Leo is very, it's a spiritual sign. Most of all of the fire signs, especially Leo and Sag, they have an element of spirituality to them, and they have energy. That's another reason why I think it's so important to have energy. So it's already the new moon. Leo is creative. We have these energies that are meeting during Leo season. So the energy is heightened for us to begin to, plant the seeds of intention. So I want to know who's committed to writing down your intentions. Even if you've written them before, I still write down my intentions. The other thing I'll do with my vision board is I'll take the candle once I light it, and I just sort of tap the vision board, like with the bottom part of my candle, and say, include this also. You want to sit around and visualize. Remember, this is creative energy. The goddess that I relate to this season is actually Venus, Oshun, Venus, Heteru. Even though that's not astrology, okay? This is just me merging the systems. She's very Leo-esque, except she's a water sign, and Leo is, of course, fire. But the concept is the same. Very fertile energy, creative energy, the energy of manifestation. So, we just have a lot of energy of manifestation. Now, we do have Mercury in the mix. And so whenever Mercury is in the mix, for me, this is what's bringing in, to a certain degree, the practical part of the manifestation. This is one of the reasons why I think this will be a moon, when we use the energy of this moon to manifest materially in a big way. Yes, I said materially. Y'all, look, how much money do you want? Get it. What kind of experiences do you want? You deserve it. Why are we in this physical manifestation to just live in a small little box? No. Okay. We deserve to manifest whatever we want. Not everybody wants a big house, but everybody wants something to live in. What do you want? These are the kinds of things we want to be okay with. Be okay with whatever kind of car you want, or bike, or vacations, whatever you want to manifest, jobs, go for it. Okay. This is why we're here. It's like we want to take the energy of the universe and shape it and mold it into what we want. And part of the way we do this is we make sure we use the energy of these moons. Okay. Mercury is there. But one of the things, I listened to one of my astrologers talk about this moon, that he said that I was like, this is good. Mercury is invisible. And when Mercury is invisible, where any planet is invisible, it's more of an introverted experience. It's more of like what needs to change on the inside. So I offer to you all, what beliefs do you need to look at within you? What empowering, because Leo is about empowerment. It's a sign that has to do with operating from your power. Think about the sun. It's our power source. What empowering thoughts do you need to adopt? And as you adopt one empowering thought, then that means you've got to move the disempowering thoughts out. And part of the conflict of manifestation is you go for what you want and you feel conflicted. You feel like there's a wall. You feel like you can't move forward. Then that's showing you what needs to be addressed. Like, if once we start doing that deep dive and journaling on it and just doing some releasing work, because maybe it's some forgiveness that needs to happen. So you do some forgiveness work. It's like you got to go full out to unlodge the disempowering beliefs so that you can adopt more empowering beliefs. I say just go for it. It's like we can't sit and wait for stuff to be perfect and we just feel all good on the inside. Sometimes it's just like I dislodged that disempowering belief and then adopted a new belief all in one fell swoop. I got sweat on my forehead and but I'm running, I'm moving forward. It's not all the time like I can just make it all perfect before I make that forward movement. So use this moon. What I recommend is adopt one empowering belief that you need in order to change your life, where you never go back to where you are right now. You will only move forward. You will never come back to this place except for to access it as a resource. That's it in your mind. Otherwise, you will not be this way anymore. That's how I look at what belief do I need that will completely and totally change me so that I never go back to being this particular version of myself, because this particular version of myself has not manifested, fill in the blank. So I got to get past this one and get to the next one, but I'm not coming back here. What is that one empowering belief? If you already know it, let us know. But the other thing that I think in a more practical way with this Mercury being invisible as a part of this moon is I think that certain ideas can come to us during this new moon. Like the idea that you have been looking for, or that thought that you needed. Mercury's good at looking at the details and the plans. So I think that this will be a moon where we can actually get some ideas. Yeah, I really believe that. Or because it's an internal thing, like we'll really get some logical, practical something together when it comes to whatever it is we want to manifest. Okay, I can't see the comments, so let me come back over. All righty. I've just finished a 2-year training program. I'm ready to plant my next seeds. Congratulations, T. Luna. Congratulations. I've completed my major manifestations from the last 5 years. Boom, 5. That's what I'm talking about. That's some dedication. That's some devotion. I want to offer to you all that Leo is very devoted and loyal. Very devoted and loyal. When you meet Leos, yeah, folks talk about Leos, but let me tell you something. They are with you for life. Leo gonna hang in there with you. And what does that mean? Leo is gonna stay to the end to make sure that these gifts get shared, the project gets taken care of, because Leo is a leader too. Girl, you better do that. That's what I'm talking about. For some reason, it feels selfish to manifest material things. And so this is what I'll say about that, because I know a lot of us feel that way. And the question I would ask is, why does it feel? What would make you say that? And to begin to look at, is any of that true? That's the thing that we do with our beliefs. The question is, how much of my beliefs are true and how much of them are just made up stuff? And that's another thing about beliefs. It's just an opinion. Someone has given you an opinion that it's selfish to manifest material things. But trust me and believe, we manifest the material things all the time. We have done the ultimate in manifestation. Boom. Look at us. We're here. Yes. We're here to manifest in the material. That was so liberating for me when I started learning astrology. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. They're all in us. All 3 of these signs are in us. We're here to manifest materially. That's what the earth signs are for. Everybody's manifesting food. They're manifesting houses. Who's to determine what kind of house I'm supposed to manifest for myself? Some of us want mini houses, and some of us want macro houses. Who cares? It's some people that love the tiny house movement. Like, they tiny house is expensive, it's luxurious, it's just little, and that's what they love. That's their house is no less valuable and worthy, or respectable is probably the word, than somebody that lives in, a huge mansion. I remember one time, and this is just me, I went looking at these big houses because I live right outside of Nashville. So these are the houses where all the country music people live. I saw a house that was so big that I thought to myself, I would never want to live in a house that big. Never. Never, ever, never, ever, never. Unless I knew it was going to be a whole lot of people living there with me. But just me and my four people family, or just me and my husband, that house would be so lonely. Oh my gosh, Now, if someone gave it to me, I would take it, but I would invite all of y'all over. But I honestly, Chandra, it is important for us to realize, first and foremost, we have to challenge these kinds of thoughts. And how does that feel? How does it make you feel? You want to manifest something material, you feeling bad because of what somebody else says. That is a sign that you're in conflict, because you really do want to manifest something. And again, Leo is showing us we need to go for what we want in life, not what the world is saying we want in life. But I do encourage you to challenge it. Freedom from negative thought patterns, from Baby Boo Grace. Yes, that's important. And the way we get free from negative thought patterns, I love that too, with that Mercury there, is we make that choice. We decide to become aware of our negative thought patterns and say, you know what, that's not how I think anymore. It does take effort. This does not just happen. Okay, this does not just happen. We too devoted. I've heard so many Leos say that too, Luna. Suggestions on astrology books for beginners. I don't know. What I'll tell you is to go to Dark Pixie Astrology. This is what I tell most people. Go to Dark Pixie Astrology. She has, you can start off with her free class. And yeah, that's what I would do. Hers is downloadable. I perceive astrology to be an oral tradition. And so it's really best to learn astrology from a teacher. And that's actually what I do on Monday nights in the inner circle, Tashalyn. Even though I know, we've kind of come down the pipeline a little bit, but the best way to learn astrology is to hear people talk about astrology and ask those questions. Okay. But yeah, go to Dark Pixie Astrology and download her. Look for where she says, do you want to learn astrology? She's one of my friends. She's one of my teachers, and she's a friend now, but that's where I started with having something printable that actually made sense, because I've tried learning from books and it was no learning from books. And ask me any questions that you have. Ask me any questions that you have. It takes work to let people go. Yes. House so big, you don't know who is up in there. I didn't even think about that, but that house was huge. Was it 7,000 square feet? It was something like, yeah, it wasn't 5,000. Doesn't surprise me too much. 7,000 square feet. Yeah, I think it was something like that. I can't remember because it's been so many years. Oh, hold on one second. Lord. Okay. I don't know how I broke that out. Okay, it's still there. Okay, so the other thing about this full moon is, this new moon is, we have Mars and Venus in Virgo. This is bringing in that practical part of the new moon. Venus and Mars in Virgo means, hey, we need to get some work done. I'm going to need you to get your list together, and we need to begin checking it off, checking some stuff off. Okay. So that's something to think about. Bringing that practical to-do list. Also, Virgo is about routines. So what is it that you want to do? Do you have the routines to support that? Nothing like building a business will teach you the importance of routines. You cannot get anything done in a business if you don't have routines, if you don't adopt that lifestyle. So, another way of looking at this would be like, if you want to lose weight, you've got to adopt a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight or be healthier, because it's not always about losing weight. But you've got to adopt the lifestyle. What is it? What version of yourself is where you want to be in your health? And what does she do? So yeah. And this Virgo energy makes it sort of serious and like, y'all, look, we need to get this stuff done. But another thing about Virgo being in this new moon is it can help us see where the problems are, like where our deficits are. Yeah, okay, y'all. I know everybody's gonna be dogging Virgo. I know. Virgo's so nitpicky and they always showing you what's wrong. They can never really just be positive. They just show you what's negative. Well, that's that's what Virgo energy is about. That's one of the reasons it's very, very hard. Y'all cut the Virgos some slack. Come on, y'all. Cut them some slack. They don't mean to be this way. When people are born under the sign of Virgo, they will carry this energy that has taken on the responsibility of being the one that's like, I'm sorry, I just got to tell you the truth about why this is just not right. But listen to a Virgo. Anyone who will follow what the Virgo teaches them, it's a Virgo who's in balance, because I know some Virgos, they're not in balance. But when it's a Virgo who really knows what they're doing and they're saying it out of professionalism, and just being helpful, if you do what they say do, you're going to win, baby. So I encourage you to come up with this new moon, a list of things to do to get you to your goals, practical steps. What practical steps can you take towards manifesting what you want? Now, here's another earth sign that's involved, Uranus in Taurus. Y'all, come on now. I need y'all to take some deep breaths, okay? Uranus has been wrecking us this week. I don't know about y'all, but when I saw the energy for this week, I was like, whoa. So Uranus is squaring this moon. And I'm just like, why, Uranus? Why are you doing this? Who made Uranus upset? So Uranus is like, baby, the other thing you need to be thinking about with this moon, and the moon itself might do it to you, okay? Just the energy of the moon, you might see this happen. This moon might bring up what needs to change in a big way. One of my friends, sometimes when she's joking, she's like, some things gonna change. That's what Uranus is saying. And it'll be a change out of frustration, okay? So, sorry to break that news to you, but yeah, Uranus and Taurus is like, we need to change. It might be, I never thought about this until just right now. It might be that we need to evaluate what do we really value and make sure that our goals and intentions and the way we're moving forward is lining up with values. The other thing that I'll tell you about this is when you value living according to your truth, living according to your gifts and your talents, living authentically, when you value that, that's what you're going to do. We only live according to our values for the most part. Our values and our identity, they dictate what we believe is possible, what we think, those kinds of things. So I would encourage everybody to make sure that the values that you live by line up with the goals that you are setting for your lives. And if you really want to, so for instance, for me, I'm just being 100. Back in 2019, I started saying I value having a business. And there were certain things that I stopped doing. I just said, I don't value that anymore. I used to value hanging out with my friends after I taught Zumba and African dance on Saturday. We would sit around, we would talk, we would laugh. It was like my girl time because, that's just what I did. And then when I decided I wanted to have a business, one of the things I realized was I had to spend extra time on the business. And so I stopped having so much girl time. They'd be like, girl, you going to go out and eat with us? Nope. 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 It was hard at first, but and I bet T Luna has experienced this over the last 5 years. The things that you used to value, you just don't do once if it conflicts with what you want to do. Okay. But you do want to have values that push you to do what you want to do. The other part that's a little bit, well, let me go over here to this Chiron. Another thing that I think is use this moon to adopt one thing that you want to heal. Let this energy of Chiron be healing for you. It's a trine. A trine is ease and flow and blessings. It's like a Jupiterian energy. Jupiter is a benefic planet. And so when we're dealing with a benefic planet, this planet wants to give, 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 give. And look at this, y'all. It's Chiron in Aries. What's wrong? Chiron in Aries, trine this new moon in Leo. So we got Chiron, which is the planet or in the sign that has to do with I'm number one, over here with Leo, which is in a sign with I'm number one. So what can you do to heal you? Okay. Be focused on you. It's not selfish. It's healing. It's proper. You think about this. You are the only one that's going to be with you. This sounds so cliche, but if you really think about it, I started just telling myself, I'm the only one that's with me 24/7. It would behoove me to treat me well. Like, oh my God, I'm going to dive out of here with me. It's not selfish. It's importante. Okay. So I encourage us to all use this moon to do some healing work, but it needs to be loving, y'all. Okay. I don't want y'all to be using this moon to be doing that deep work. Okay. Scorpio season will be here in due season. Okay. Let's wait for Scorpio. Let's do that in Scorpio season. Let's not do that right now. Let's be gentle. Maybe you need to go to some type of healing dance class or, just anything that's healing. I signed up and volunteered to be a lady who's getting a yoga. She's going to be doing yoga one-on-ones. I signed up to, let her practice. So, here we go. 1-to-1. I'm getting this extra healing from this yogi. Oh my God. It was wonderful, y'all. I felt so much better afterwards. I can't wait to my next session with her. Okay. So going over here to Aquarius. Woosah. Oh my gosh. So we have, it's not, Jupiter is not, Jupiter might be a little bit in this just because this new moon is in the middle of Leo. Okay. So when we're talking about an aspect, it's about the numbers. And so a moon can go out 15 degrees even. That's what one of my teachers said. This energy, the moon has an energetic field. All the planets have an energetic field. And the moon and the sun, these fields go out pretty far, okay? So even though the moon is going to be at, is it 16 degrees? What time is this? Yeah, 16 degrees of Leo. That's not too far. That's less than 15 degrees from Jupiter. So Jupiter will be in here along with Saturn. This is Saturn is going to be in here. And so, yeah, whenever planets are opposite, just think about this word opposition. Does that sound friendly? Does that sound fun? No, opposition is I'm against, it's people tug of war. So when you're in opposition to Saturn is like, hey, we're going to get real. We're going to be focused on, what really needs to be done. We don't need to be doing all this fun. Because, Leo is like, hey, party. Saturn is like, no party. You got responsibilities over here. Okay. I love my Saturnian friends, but oh my goodness, They can be super serious when everybody's like trying to have some fun. It's like, y'all need y'all to just breathe and relax. We're going to get serious, but let's have some fun first. But that's what Saturn is saying. Y'all, look, get real. And then we have Jupiter, though, that brings this energy. Jupiter doesn't really bring harm, but it can bring excess. It can make us just be a little bit. We talked about Leo being extra. Jupiter will really bring this energy of making things even bigger. But I still say Jupiter will bring its blessings. It'll bring its blessings of Aquarius. Let's have some adventure, be weird, be innovative, go for it, make some progress. Jupiter might be asking us, hey, let's make some progress. What progress are you making? So those are the major players that I see in this moon. Let me come back over here to the comments. Regina Dyson is here. Vershern is here. You're welcome, Tasha Lynn. And I'm available. You have questions. Every Monday in the Inner Circle, I go over astrology because it's so popular. And actually, I'm going to start just doing more and more to teach everybody who wants to know. I like Virgos, but maybe because my Vedic moon is Virgo. I love Virgos. I could not make it without Virgos. Yes. Here we have a Leo who is having a new moon birthday. So I just want to tell you, Regina, and everybody, when your birthday is on the new moon, or the new moon is on your birthday, that is a literal new beginning. I have seen it happen so many times. Last year, because I was like, nobody's having a new moon birthday. Now, actually, my son did have one with the Gemini solar eclipse. I was like, why? Why my kid? But everything's good so far. But last year, one of my Inner Circle ladies had a new moon birthday, and I think she might be in Egypt now. Like, this is something I think she wanted, but I don't know if she imagined that it would be this quickly, this soon. I've seen her just morph over this last year. Last year, her birthday was on the new moon. So here we go, Regina. It's your time. New moon birthday? Wow. Epic. Get ready. Your life is about to change. Plant those seeds. Where do you want to go? What you want to do? I've been on for a while. I'm going to get off pretty soon. Oh, yeah. I've been on just a little bit over an hour. Natal sun is Taurus. Yes. Leo is realm of possibility, self-worth. We win when all win. Yes. Because, it's a royal sign. It's a royal sign. Love you, sister. Yes, 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 yes. So that's something. Oh, I can get rid of this. I'm done. That's something to think about for everybody. Anytime you have your birthday is on a new moon, then it's a literal new beginning for you. Okay. A literal new beginning. I've seen it happen multiple times. So that's what I have for you all. Thank y'all so much for being here this evening. If you have the Leo Masterclass already, I updated it this year. I re-recorded the videos. So you can check out the new one. And let's see here. Anything else? I think that's it. I was like, this is pretty much it. I wish you all a wonderful new moon in Leo. That will be on August the 8th. Bingo, solar eclipse birthday, body looking great since then. Wow. When is your birthday again? Baby Blue Grace, hitting the gym hard and swimming. Solar eclipse was, so that was this past, is this the one that was in Gemini? Yes, you have access to the revised version. I just updated it. Okay, Baby Blue Grace, yeah. My son's birthday is June 10th. So, wow. I look forward to hearing of all the new beginnings that you experience over this next year. But yes, Regina, I just updated it. And so if you bought it last year, the new one is in there. So I am going to run because I need to record some videos for my inner circle. I appreciate you all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me. I have missed you all, and I'm glad that we got to connect. And the next thing I want to do, I do the affirmations every Sunday. Sometimes they're live and sometimes they're recorded. So make sure, you hit the subscribe button, you keep up so you can get your affirmations. If you're on Instagram, I do my best to try to post them there, but I don't always do it regularly. But you want new videos from me, they're here every week. On my email list, that I will say that if you get on my email list, I actually put things in my email list that I don't make public. Some of my mindfulness meditations I've been putting in the emails. But I want to talk about, I was asked to look at Beyonce's chart. So I'm going to look at her chart. I think somebody asked me to look at Tupac. There was another one that someone gave me. I wrote some of the names down. So I want to look at, Tasha Lynn was asking about learning astrology. So part of the way we learn astrology is we also look at people's charts. And so that's what I will do. I will look at Beyonce's chart. I did Octavia Butler's, and I did not really know much about her. But her chart told a lot. The people who gave me feedback on her, on what I saw in her chart, they were like, oh yeah, that was her. And I didn't even have a birth time. You don't even have to have your birth time. All right. Love you all. Thank y'all so much. And I will see y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful weekend and happy new moon in Leo. Peace.